Here we go. Boom, 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 ba boom, 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 ba boom, 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 ba boom, boom. Boom, boom, she's your mama, she's your daddy, she's that sister in the alley, she's that doctor if you're fat, she's got a pill for that. You know her, she's your friend, your main girl, thick and thin, Oprah Winfrey. She's your pusher man. What's up? This is the gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. I hope all is well with you. Right on. Today, you're going to hear me say something you've never heard me say on this channel, I believe. Let's talk about Oprah Winfrey. Lady O. We're talking about head of her own dynasty, her own network, her own magazine on which she is on the cover every single month. Oprah Winfrey, man-hater, the one who was behind bringing the color purple, which did so much damage to the black male image back in the 80s. Oprah! Beat him. He beat me, Harpo. Whatever it was. Oprah, we're talking about. Oprah. She was on TMZ.com, guys, and I saw this last week, and I figured I'd circle around and talk about it because I want to hear what you have to say. Plus, I want you guys to realize how this plays into a lot of the stuff that we talk about here, right? And the things that we're going through in this world in general. This is a sick sign of the times. We have Oprah Winfrey apologizing for indulging in toxic diet culture. Toxic diet culture. Of course, you guys know another thing that Oprah is famous for is being fat, then being skinny, then being fat, then being skinny, then being fat. Okay, so you get the point. She's been on this diet thing like all of us, all right? I'm not dumping on Oprah, right? I myself have also had weight issues in my life. A lot of us have, right? But Oprah has been front and center for years talking about this stuff. And of course, she's always put her name on various diets and exercise plans and things like that. Now, apparently, she is saying that she's had it wrong all of these years. What you should be doing is popping pills. Yes, isn't that appropriate for the times that we live in now? But let me get into this. I'm going to read what's on TMZ.com. Then we're going to have a little bit of a commentary about this. You guys know how I do, so this is on TMZ.com. I will leave the link in the pinned comment below. But we're going to kick it off a little something like this in the headline. Hit it! Oprah apologizes for perpetuating diet culture and setting unrealistic standards. Oprah Winfrey is acknowledging the role she played in toxic diet culture. And now she's trying to rectify that by embracing weight loss drugs. You get a pill, you get a pill, you get a pill. Ooh, you get a shot. Okay, so weight loss drugs, right? The talk show legend opened up about her influence in the weight loss industry during a 3-hour live special for Weight Watchers this week. And she owned the fact that she had been feeding, no pun intended, she had been feeding into this unhealthy trend for quite literally years. Keep in mind, guys, the unhealthy trend they're talking about is diet, okay? Diet and exercise, knowing when to back away from the table, knowing when to stop feeding your fat ass. That includes myself too. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody, guys, okay? I'm just saying, all of that is toxic. This is the reason why in our circle we get like comics with fat ass characters, or they don't want to have people in shape. You know, like what you see with these video games and stuff like that. It's unrealistic to think that you can have a body like that, even though there are plenty of people out there who have a body like that because they know how to go and work out. They know how to watch their portions, how to diet. But for some reason, Oprah wants you to believe now that this is toxic. And Oprah goes on to say, I want to acknowledge that I have been a steadfast participant in this diet culture through my platforms, through the magazine, through the talk show for 25 years and online. I have been a major contributor to it. Oh. She admitted that this fixation on weight set an unrealistic standard for her audience over the course of decades, which she nor anyone else could uphold. Yeah, I know that stage couldn't uphold it. You used to see all of the fatties that used to be out in the audience, guys. They had to use some major seating right there. There was no first class seating there. You had to have like double seats and all of that stuff. But anyway, I'm not being mean, guys, because I am obese too. I would be considered obese. That's the problem out here. A lot of us are walking around out here, some fat asses, you know what I mean? And we all could learn how to diet and to exercise better. But no, the message now is take this drug open wide. Here it comes. It goes on to say, Oprah Winfrey was joined by Rebel Wilson and Amber Riley, as well as Weight Watchers CEO Seema Sistani, to discuss Weight Watchers' shift away from diet culture. Instead, the company is now touting self-love and promoting medical intervention through drugs like Ozempic, you know, and Wegovy. Okay, now guys, you might have heard of Ozempic. You know that Kendrick Lamar just put Drake on blast for using Ozempic. This was a drug that was originally intended for people who truly need it, like the diabetics who are out there who needed to manage their blood sugar. But go figure, it turns out that it also assists in weight loss. So you have a lot of people pushing Ozempic now to lose weight instead of diet and exercise. So this is what Oprah is talking about. Now, Weight Watchers, you guys know, if you've been in the frozen food section of your grocery store, you go into the freezers, you see Weight Watchers, you see them with sensible portions and healthy foods and vegetables and stuff like that. But not anymore. They're shifting over to drugs. And I think this is very telling, guys, because this reminds me of when we were in the pit of the COVID pandemic. And remember, guys, remember how the first thing they did, right? They said two things, right? They said that obesity was a comorbidity, right? Those who were obese, who were fat, were more at risk of catching a more severe case of COVID. And what did they do? They turned around and they closed the gyms. They closed the playgrounds. They said you couldn't go outside to get fresh air, to go for a walk. None of that. Now it starts to make sense, doesn't it? Because what they really wanted to do was push these expensive drugs. Not even the cheap drugs, guys, because remember, they said you couldn't take ivermectin, you couldn't take hydroxychloroquine, things that were very cheap that would treat this. No, you couldn't do that. You had to take this jab that was going to make a bunch of people a bunch of money, including Anthony Fauci. Not trusting me is not trusting the science. You gotta trust the science. Your natural immunity doesn't work. So naturally, nothing natural works, all right? Natural exercise, natural sun, none of that works. Natural immunity, no, we have the answer right here in the palm of our hand. We're talking about pills, baby, drugs, and not even, like I said, not even the cheap ones, the expensive ones. That's all. If you want to live, come with me. Come with me if you want to live, they're basically saying. This is what we're heading towards. We're heading towards a governing body, a society where our health is dependent on how much we can afford to get from our government. Our government will keep us alive. There's nothing you can do, Oprah is basically saying, through diet. It's toxic. That is toxic. Never mind the side effects that you would get from these pills. Ozempic, things like that. Who knows, right? Maybe it's safe. Who knows? But that still doesn't discredit good old-fashioned diet and exercise and the ability to be able to control your portions and what you eat, what we eat. All right, but this is where we're going with this, guys. I think it's very, very telling. And it's telling about who Oprah is. That all of these women have been trusting all of these years. Oprah has been one of the most outspoken feminist voices out there. She is a major influencer, Oprah is. And all of these people trust her. If Oprah says that diet culture is toxic, then a bunch of people are going to believe that. I'm not going to diet because it's toxic. It's even more toxic than all this shit that I have on my plate right now. I just need some Ozempic, and that's all I need. Yeah, but that's where we are, guys. We are in the age of the drugs. you know? So we just go crawling to them for everything that we need, basically, you know? I'm lowering my A1C. We see it on TV all the time. And in the meantime, we have, BK, have it your way, and da-da-da-da-da. They want you to get fat and unhealthy so you can go crawling to them for the cure, right? But anyway, that's just how I see it, guys. You guys can get in the comment section and let me know what you think about Oprah Winfrey deciding that diet culture is toxic and now pushing drugs with Weight Watchers. Guys, get in the comment section. Have at it. You can like, you can share, you can subscribe. Thank you guys for contributing to the channel through the Cash App and the pinned comment below, as well as the super thanks on each and every one of my videos. Thanks again for listening, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.